Do you feel like you're already feeling at your New Year's resolutions? You're not alone.
New Year's resolutions are a scam. Yep, I said it.
But there's a better way to do it. So watch this video to see how to do it better, how to be more productive this year, and how to achieve all your goals without feeling like, you have to do so much. Okay, welcome to my YouTube channel. Like I said earlier, if you're watching this is your first video, my first video, and this is the first time you're watching me. So welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Oinkonsolami, and on this channel I talk about productivity, I talk about career growth, self-development, and every other thing that just helps you get from where you are now to where you want to be in the future. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why New Year resolutions are a scam and what you should do better. So why am I doing a New Year resolution in February? Well, I'm recording this in February. It's because I feel like now we have finally settled into the year. People who did things because New Year resolution are finally, settling into a routine, seeing if it works for them, if it doesn't work for them. The whole hysteria about the New Year is settled, and it's a better time to learn now. So I do not think New Year resolutions work for everybody, and this is a personal opinion. I know some people say it works for them, but after carrying out survey I realized that it is for the minimum. Like, not everybody, a large percentage of people do not do well with New Year resolutions, and that's for many reasons. If you're one of them, you don't have to feel bad. I don't do well in New Year resolutions too. Many of my friends don't, and there is a reason for that, really. And I'm going to discuss some of the reasons. One of the reasons I think New Year resolutions are not working for you and for many people is that there's this mindset around New Year resolutions that makes it seem like January 1st or the first week of the year is a different day altogether. It's a different week, and it's the beginning of the year, new things can happen. And while it's a good mindset to have, it is not always practical, it's not always realistic. As long as your mind and your routine and your body cares, it is just another day. It is like moving from a Sunday to a Monday, or from a Friday to a Saturday. And if you don't have structures in place to help transition into the newness of a routine or newness of achieving a new goal, it's just going to be like every other random day, and you're more likely to not sustain your New Year resolutions. It's like saying. And another reason that I think New Year resolutions are not very effective, sorry, I was looking at my notes, is because if you're Nigerian especially, you go home for the holidays. I mean, not just Nigerian, everybody around the world goes home for the holidays. You want to see family and friends, right? And so when you're home for the holidays, you are most likely going to be there till like the first second week of January sometimes, and everybody's still in the festive season, festive mood. Everybody's still happy, still relaxed. Everybody wants to sleep in. You want to eat your mom's food to the maximum. You want to have fun. That is the absolutely worst time. That's the absolutely worst time to start a new routine or to start your New Year's resolutions. Now imagine being in your mother's house, waking up early in the morning, and mommy's like, oh, there's already food, and like, no, I want to eat healthy. And if you're in Nigerian home, typical Nigerian home, you're not about to be eating leafy vegetables during the festive season. You're eating some spicy jollof, you're eating lots of meat, goat meat, catfish, pepper soup, all those things. And so when you try to start a New Year's resolution during that period, when you are unable to keep it for like 1 to 3 days, your mind, especially if you've not trained your mind to that point, your mind just says, well, I'm going to give up on this. It's difficult. Let's move on to other things, and you give up on the resolution. All right. So I believe that January in general, or like the first 2 weeks of January, is not a very good time to start a new routine, because you're just settling in. Even second week, you're getting back to your house, trying to settle back into work. It's not just a very good time to start a routine. All right. So now that I've explained why your New Year resolution may not work, I promised I was going to give you a better way, and I'm going to run through it. Now it's still February, so it's still early. You can still catch up and plan your life how it's supposed to be. The first thing I'm going to recommend is that instead of having New Year resolutions, you should have a New Year theme, overall theme of how you want your year to be like. So what does this look like? For example, instead of saying I just want to eat healthy, I want to work out, or I want to be better at my job. You can group it all into a theme of, let's say, career growth, and you have to be really specific. You can't just say growth on all sides. It sounds good when you say growth on all sides, but what do you mean growth on all sides? What, be specific. So let's say, for example, last year for me, my overall theme of last year was career pivoting. I needed to pivot from a career where I was before to where I'm working into, and so that sort of puts you in the headspace of what you want to do. Yeah, instead of listing out one things that you want to do, you can just have a general overview of what you want to do. So you can say, I'm going to attach a simple workbook you can work with in the description below, but a very, very simple workbook that can help you. So you can, your theme for the year can be, like I said, career growth. It can be healthier living habits. To niche down on that, you can say a fitness goal. You can, once you have an idea of what you want to do for the year, you can plan your life around that. Okay, so let's say you want to pivot into digital marketing, for example. You can say by June 2023 I want to have landed my first digital marketing intern role. I want to, by the end of the year, I want to have landed a major digital marketing intern role. And so when you just have an idea of what you want to do, it helps you break down the specifics of things that will take you there. So having a theme is just better, and that helps every aspect of your life. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you have to be really honest with yourself. You have to ask yourself what it will take you to achieve this goal that you want to achieve. So let's say your goal is to lose weight, for example. Initially I used to gain weight. Let's say your goal is to lose weight and you want to get fit and you want to hit the gym. Even though I don't believe that fitness should start with you hitting the gym, I'll explain that later. But you want to hit the gym. How much will your gym subscription cost? How practical will it be for you? Will your schedule currently accommodate that? Can you leave work to go to the gym by 6, or are you just going to pay for a gym subscription and waste it? Be very honest with yourself. Like, honesty is key. Don't lie to yourself, okay? Or don't say something like, I want to pivot into a new role, but by the end of the year I'm going to be the managing director in that role. Those are just unrealistic goals. So be very realistic, very practical, and then ask yourself, like I said, number two, what are the things that you need to get to that place? And this is a personal conversation you're going to have with yourself. Do not lie to yourself. I'm a big advocate of don't lie to yourself. Please don't lie to yourself. Be very honest with yourself, right? Don't lie to yourself. Say, I want to pivot into this new role. What are the things I need? Okay, I need to take this course. Look at the courses that you need to take, at least 3 basic courses that you need to take to pivot into that role, or 2, and see how much are these courses. Can I afford it? If I cannot afford it, what can I do to afford these courses? Be very practical. I need to take course A, I need to take course B, I need to take course C. Okay, after taking course A, course B, course C, how long will it take me to take those courses while leaving room for adjustment? So if it's a 6-hour course, that a 6-hour course, you can't finish it in 6 hours. Give yourself, let's say, 2 days or 3 days. That way you can break it into 2 hours. Or if you're too busy, give yourself 1 week. All right, it's better to have practical timelines than to have short timelines that you can't meet and then your mind gives up. So give yourself a week. Another goal, let's say you want to travel to different countries. If you pick a country, where do you want to go to? How much will it cost? Can you afford it? Don't just dream high. Can you afford it? If you cannot afford it, what are the things you can do to afford it? Can you save more? If you cannot save more, can you take up an extra job? Be very practical with that. So that's number 2. Okay, so number 3, and this ties with number 1 and 2, it is to take small steps. All right. I know you want to do a lot of things at once, but I realized that one of the most effective ways to actually achieve your goals is by starting with the basics, like the smallest of the smallest, and then you build up on that, right? What this means is that if your goal, for example, is to lose weight. Okay, now this happened to me. For example, last year, one of my goals was to lose weight. I wanted to shed a few kgs, and I said, I'm just going to hit the gym, because that's what everybody does. You're like, you want to lose weight, hit the gym. You want to lose weight, hit the gym. And that 1 month that was there turned out to be one of the most difficult months and least productive of my year last year. And that was because I didn't put the structures in place to help it be successful. Number 1, I started head on. and I wasn't very specific on my goals. My goal was not, when you go to the gym, usually they say to lose weight, but I've come to realize that most times it's more to build muscle, to be fit, than to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, your diet and lifestyle generally comes more. So I should have started with the basics of fixing my diet, fixing my sedentary lifestyle, instead of going head on into the gym. Those are like the basics of the basics, right? So eventually I quit the gym, and I started with, because I was always stressed. After I worked out, I was not productive, and I need to be productive. I need things. I need to be able to do things. So I decided to start taking walks instead. So I would take and the recommended number of steps like 8,000 to 10,000 steps, but I didn't start with that because nobody's trying to die. I started with like 2,000 steps. I got a wristwatch that helps me track that. 2,000 steps, 2,500 steps, 3,000 steps, just to help me stay active, because I work from home, and so I need to, I can sometimes be sedentary, so I needed something that would help me stay more active. So I did that, and in addition, I invested in watching YouTube recipes and cooking healthier meals, going to the market. Fortunately for me, the market is not too far from my place, so I would just walk to the market and get ingredients to cook, right? So that was like basic for me. And once I fixed that, I realized I was able to achieve my goal without necessarily stressing myself. Remember what I said, we are trying to achieve goals without killing ourselves this year, okay, without burning out. So yeah, choose the basics of the basics if you're trying to move to a new career path. Instead of just looking for jobs head on, just start with the basics. Maybe reading an article on your job plan, reading an article per day to just give you an idea of what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it. Here and there, a little drop, 1,000 drops make an ocean, or what do they say? Did you get? So start with like the smallest of the smallest, basics of the basics. Don't kill yourself. Your body does not want to be put in so much stress at once. It's easier to build a routine when you're taking tiny steps than when you have to take these really long steps. Okay, so just start very small, whatever it is, whatever you want to do, whatever your goal is. If your goal is to travel, so to go to different countries, start by instead of traveling to, let's say, maybe you want to travel to 5 states in Nigeria, instead of traveling to, maybe you're based in Lagos, instead of traveling to Port Harcourt head on, you can start by traveling to Ogun State. I mean, travel is travel. Or travel to Ibadan. Just start very small and work with that. Okay, so number four is that you should give time for rest. This is tied up to the things that I have said in 1 2 3, but you should give time to accommodate rest and breaks, right? So you have all of these goals that you want to achieve, you have all of these things that you want to do, but sometimes your body is not ready to do those things. And while I understand the place of you don't need motivation, you need discipline and all of those things, I also believe that sometimes the body just wants to rest, and it is fine, like it is okay. So let's say you can do 3 courses in a month, cut it down to 2 and allow yourself time to just relax. That time could be spent with family. Spend time with family, because at the end of the day, what's most important in life is the time we spend with loved ones, the love we share with others, and our relationship with people, even more than work, even more than career, even more than all of these big goals that we have. Okay, so just cut down time. If you can do 3, like I said, cut it down to 2, make your goal 2, and then spend time with family, eat, sleep, right? Don't be too strict with yourself. And not just time to spend time, you can also cut down on your strictness. So let's say you're on a journey to healthier eating, but you've been consistent and you want ice cream, please just get the ice cream. Allow yourself room, allow yourself room for lapses, allow room for mistakes, because you're human at the end of the day, right? So you don't want to be too rigid with yourself. That's number 4. Number 5 is to put reminders everywhere. And what this means basically is to put things that help you remind you of where you're going to, that help you remember where you're going to, right? This could be as simple as having a wallpaper, a very simply designed wallpaper, and putting it on your phone, such that whenever you open your phone, you can see that, oh, my theme for the year is career growth. These are the steps. I'll try to show a simple example of what that screenshot can look like here. But like, career growth, and these are the 3 steps that will get me there. These are the 4 steps. You don't have to be in depth, just to remind yourself that you have somewhere that you're going to, right? You can put at the headline, you can put what you plan to achieve at the end of the year, like your end goal, and then your career growth, and then just things to remind you. If you can afford it, you can print it out and have a poster on your wall, or have something big to just remind you, or you can just print it out still and just paste it to your wall. It doesn't have to be too much, right? Just something to remind you of, okay, this is where I am going to. All right. Then number 6, which is final. So finally, you need an accountability partner. I know that you've heard this a lot. Many people have told you that you need an accountability partner. Yeah. And if you're a private person like me, more reserved, you don't want people all up in your business. I really do not like people all up in my business. But yeah, if you're like that, it makes sense. You don't necessarily need to have somebody that is saying, okay, so what are you doing? Where did you get on that course? You're just at 70%. What have you been doing? No. You need someone that is probably on the same journey as you are. It doesn't have to be someone higher than you or older, whatever. It could be your friend or someone you're older than that is on the same journey of growth with you, and you can work with them to achieve this goal, such that you can say, okay, remind me by this time or at the end of this week to see how my goals have gone. Just you can set the boundaries of that partnership, of that accountability structure, such that you don't ask me all of these things, but this is what you can ask me, this is when you can ask me. Just work with your friends to iron that out. Yeah. And it could be your partner. Well, I do not exactly recommend your romantic partner as an accountability partner, because they have a soft spot for you, and they can create excuses and lapses for you. So no, don't let it be your romantic partner. Maybe to a certain extent, just babe, how is this going? But choose someone that is not romantically invested in you, someone that is more goals invested, that you can work together. Yeah, that way you can achieve more. It's easier to go far when you're going together, when you're going with people. Okay. And that comes to the end of all my tips to help you be productive this year. Remember that I said the goal is not to feel like you're doing something great. The goal is to just take it one day at a time. Just do little things that help you put your life in perspective and help you get to where you want to be from where you are now. And finally, like I said earlier, don't be too focused on your goals that you forget to enjoy the present. Don't be too focused on, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that you forget that there are other beautiful things in life. For example, the sun is so bright this morning, thank you God for the sun. Or that's a beautiful butterfly, what's wrong with the butterfly anymore? It sounds very mundane, but just learn to enjoy basic things. Eat out with friends, call your people, hang out, take pictures, create memories. If you're a party person, go partying. Other aspects of your life, your faith, take your faith very seriously. Don't be too focused on career, self-development, progress, that you forget to enjoy the basic things. Because at the end of the day, when the chips are down, it is the relationships that you have built with people that will matter. So if you have enjoyed my video up until this point, kindly like, kindly subscribe, kindly share with your friends. I should have said this like way earlier in the video, but nonetheless, please like, please subscribe, please share with your friends. And yeah, if you have topics you want me to talk about, just see me as like your big auntie or your junior auntie, whatever. If you have topics that you want me to talk about, please let me know in the comment section below. Remember, I talk about productivity, I talk about career growth, personal development, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. Trust me, just try me, I will give you the answers. Okay, I don't have all the answers, but I can at least help you find your answers, if that makes sense. So please like, subscribe, and see you next time. It's Oyin Konsolami.